When crossovers and SUVs hit the market, like the barbarians they are, mid-size sedans had a lot to suffer. In fact, they went on a downward slope towards their decline. Take the third generation Mazda 6 for example, which had to leave the depression of an era where people would rather climb in SUVs or crossovers than pick a good old sedan. But in the process, it managed to learn a few tricks. It can still throw a punch, it can swing some elbows, but my question is that enough to make it a worthy adversary for the likes of Ford Mondeo, Skoda Superb and the king Volkswagen Passat? When I look at the Mazda 6, the best I can do is describe it like being a sure-shot hipster. It's a sure shot because on paper it has all the abilities to match its competitors. And it's a hipster because sales have not been very good for Mazda. There's not much I can really criticize in the cabin. Mazda's funds for the facelift went into redesigning the steering wheel and hunting some buttons of the center console, which are now integrated in the infotainment system. As a result, you get a cleaner central console and the other buttons sit ergonomically within reach. I can easily reach whatever button I need without changing my position, and this is a good thing. Another new addition is the 7-inch infotainment system. Now, this was a soft spot for Mazda, but they improved the graphics and the menu is a lot more logical than before. The materials don't just look good, they also feel good. In addition, the driving position is kind of low, like a hint towards the car's sportiness, which I will address in a minute. In the back seat, things change a bit. That's because this whole area was designed with 2 adults in mind. Add the third one and comfort levels might take a dive. However, I got more than enough knee room. My feet can easily slide underneath the front seat, although headroom could have been better, although you'll have to take into account the car's sloping roof when judging this aspect. Mazda took care of a very important aspect in the segment, that's cabin noise. They added some extra padding, some more soundproof materials, and the noise levels in the cabin have been almost eradicated. Sure, at highway speeds you might hear some flutter from the side mirrors, but besides that, there's nothing that would disturb your journey. Of course, you won't travel at all times on baby-ass smooth roads. Therefore, given the stiff suspension, you might want to go for smaller wheels. Now, this car sits on 19-inch wheels, and I must say that every bump sends noises inside the cabin and will make you shake. But the annoying part are the sounds, which are kind of like what an opera singer with a sore throat would make. The car I'm driving today is fitted with a 2.5-liter naturally aspirated petrol engine. Officially, it's also available in the United States. Unofficially, what Mazda did with this engine is apply a large army boot in the face of downsizing. And I'm not even sorry, and I don't think they are as well, because the engine is surprisingly civilized at idle, and you won't hear a thing from it unless you go over the 3000 RPM line. The engine is mated to a 6-speed automatic gearbox, which is decent by all means, nothing spectacular but nothing boring. Except for the facelift, it got a sport button. What it does is change the way the gearbox handles the engine's resources. And as I said before, once you go over the 3000 RPM line, it kind of sounds like this. Now, I don't know if you can hear this, but I can't think of many sedans in Europe that can deliver this kind of sound. I'm not completely done with the engine because Mazda pulled another trick here called GVC. Now, GVC comes from G-vectoring control. What it does is ghostly, you can't feel this actually. while you enter a bend, it cuts power, therefore the front tires get more grip as the weight goes to the front wheels, and you get more control. On the flip side, once you leave that turn, the engine puts back the power it cut earlier, the weight goes to the back axle, and you get more stability. I'm not sure if the Mazda 6 really needed the GVC feature. Maybe it's a response to Renault's 4Control feature on the Talisman. But either way, the car handles quite nimbly and you get loads of grip. You can see and feel the car actually using every small patch of asphalt in your advantage. Then you get the light steering, which is also very responsive and quite accurate. I have no problem knowing where my front wheels are heading, and if I want to change direction, the car won't have the slightest problem with that. Now, I've been on some turns before and it's been raining today, and I can't think of many cars in this segment that I would use to negotiate those turns like I did with the Mazda 6. Now, if I were to compare the extremes in the segment in terms of suspension calibration and body control, I would say the Mondeo is probably on the lower end, with the Mazda 6 / Passat / Skoda Superb in the top tier. The suspension setup is a rather stiff one. In fact, some people might find it too rigid for this kind of car. Personally, I like how it provides extra control when you need it, and again, the Mazda 6 is as agile as they come in this segment. I can feel the car tiptoeing in bends, even on bumpy roads. It's like a goalkeeper that sits on the goal line, jumping around, trying to save that penalty. Now, having gone through the plus and cons of the Mazda 6, and after I was telling you it has the abilities to match and even outperform the leaders in the segment, it's my turn to ask you a question, and you can use the comment section below to answer. Now, my question is quite straightforward, and it goes like this: why aren't you people buying the Mazda 6? Now, obviously, I'm not here to sing Mazda's praises or to vouch for them, because every car maker has its ups and downs. Yet, I feel the Mazda 6 is wrongly underrated in a segment where it's not the last car you should think of when looking for a mid-size sedan which can both handle your family and your sportiness desires, if it's the case.